Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? It's Godana here again. Welcome back to my channel. For the new subscribers, thank you very much. If you are new to this channel, actually, don't forget to hit the subscription button, like and comment. Yes, today I'll be talking about the difference between the two countries, South Africa and Ireland. I feel that these two countries have a common connection, like a special connections, and I'll be talking about the difference and the similarities as well. So if you are intending maybe sooner or later or maybe in the future to visit in between these two countries, this video is for you. You know what to expect before you go and get surprised. Yes, stay tuned guys, and I'm gonna start with the geographic position between the two countries. South Africa is actually situated down at the tip of Africa, the southernmost of the continent. Ireland is situated in the northern part of Europe, borders UK. Up when you're going up, you go to North Seas, you get Sweden and stuff. So they're quite different, opposite, far apart from each other. But despite that, I'll be going through, taking you the similarities and the difference between these two countries so you can have a picture, an idea, just in case you're intending or one day you'll be visiting in either two countries, or you are living in one country, maybe South Africa, you want to visit Ireland, or you are living in Ireland, you want to visit South Africa, or you are living anywhere in the world, but you want to visit either these two countries. So this is for you guys, what to expect. All right. Ireland, first of all, is a country for around 5 million, 5.2 to be precise, It's such a small country. South Africa is a massive country compared to Ireland. South Africa has got more than 62 million. So you can imagine the ratio, of 5.2 million to 6.2 million, to 62 million, sorry. Yeah, that's quite a big difference. Even the land per square kilometer, Ireland is actually 70,280 kilometer square. Yes, official language between the two countries. South Africa, they've got 11 official language, right? Yes, you heard me, 11 official language, while Ireland is actually 2, Irish and English. Yes, if you can speak these two languages in Ireland, you don't have any problem. English is actually the dominant. I find out Irish is kind of fading away. The youth, they're not actually much into Irish language, You find those old age, they're still very, very fluent in Irish conversation. But then they are doing a hard campaign here. They've got lessons in schools teaching Irish. They've got a TV channel and radio channel, in Irish as well. And most of the names, towns here, they always write them also in English and also in Irish as well. So yeah, so the effort is there. If you want to take some lessons to learn Irish as well, there's a lot of institution, a school, and a part-time institution, you can enroll yourself and learn Irish, Yes. Yeah, and South Africa, part of the 11 languages, we've got the main one, English, which actually is the dominant language, is the business language in the whole country. Everywhere you go, English is there. But then it depends on the province you go now. If you are living in the Western Cape, the people live there, they speak Xhosa, and English as well, and Afrikaans. So these are the 3 languages. If you go to KwaZulu-Natal, there is Zulu dominating and English, We've got Afrikaans, but a little bit. If you go to Joburg, which is a metropolitan city, you find all the languages there now. But leading from English, then we've got Zulus, Afrikaans, and the rest, Sothos, Tsonga, Venda. You find almost everyone in Joburg, right? Yes. So generally, if you speak English, you shouldn't have a problem visiting South Africa. Yes, anywhere you go with English, you don't have any problem the majority, the biggest percentage of South Africans, they actually understand English, and they can communicate with you as well. Restaurants, offices, TV channels, radio stations, you name them. English, you shouldn't have a problem. It's the dominant, actually, official language in South Africa. In SA, in South Africa, they call it Mzansi. Don't be surprised to hear when you arrive in South Africa, they say about Mzansi. Mzansi, it means South Africa. They say Mzansi for sure. That is a common, terminology they use down there. Yes, they have 3 capital city actually. Capital being the legislative capital city. We've got Bloemfontein is the judiciary capital, and got Pretoria, which is the legislative capital city. So yes, you find it very rare to have a country with a 3 capital city. It has been divided into 3. Yes, historical back, that's how it was before. Actually, Cape Town used to be the capital city for much longer before the independence. Yes. Yeah, when you come to Ireland here, Dublin is the capital city. Dublin, yeah. When you come here, the Irish accent, they call it Dublin. Yes, you have to practice that. Yes, we've got Dublin here. Is the capital city, and actually most of the headquarters of the offices, you find them in Dublin. Dublin has a vast majority of the populated cities, towns actually in Ireland. Yeah, because most of the administrative, diplomatic offices, big companies, headquarters, you find them in Dublin here, and this makes it attractive to many people who want to access, many services. They settle in Dublin. Yes, that's the capital city of Ireland. Yes, so Dublin is a city of around 1.2 million people. Yeah, it's a city of around 1.2 million, and Johannesburg is a city of around 5.6 million. Yeah, so you can imagine the whole of Ireland is 5.2. It hasn't even come to the level of Johannesburg in terms of population. So in Ireland, Dublin is densely populated compared to the rest of the city. We've got the 3 big cities here: is Dublin, Cork number 2, and then Galway number 3. Then we've got some other small towns, Dundalk, and some few towns as well. But then Dublin is the most populated, which is a city of around 1.2 million. Yeah, so guys, at least now you know that Johannesburg is not actually the capital city of South Africa, as most people think. Yeah, it falls none of those 3 even. That I've just mentioned: Cape Town, Bloemfontein, and Pretoria. Those are 3 main capital cities. So Johannesburg is just a populated city, but it doesn't serve as a capital city of South Africa anyway. Yes, talking about life expectancy, South African have got an average of 59 years old. 59 years old, guys, life expectancy in South Africa, while Ireland here is 85 years old. This is an average, guys. We've got South Africans which actually live around 95, 100 years old. They are there. But then when we take the average, including everyone, it comes to 59 years old. So here looks like Irish, they've got some kind of secret, what gives them the average of 85 years old life expectancy, guys. Yes, so there must be some reason behind it. When you check it, South Africa, statistics actually says that the main cause of death in South Africa is actually diseases such as TB, diabetes, and HIV. Yes, when you check it up, the causes of death in Ireland as well is disease. The main leading cause of disease is death cause is heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Although accidents also they are there, it counts, but these are the main 3 causes of death in Ireland. Oh yes, now when we come to quality of life, guys, I'll give South Africa 50% out of 100. Yeah, Ireland, I'll give it 80%. Guys, this is actually my own opinion, right? Yes, there's a lot of factors I had to consider here: social factors, economical factor, health, uh, political stability, living standard, education standard and stuff. All these things, it counts. But then it doesn't mean 50% South Africa. When you compare South Africa with the rest of the continent, it's much higher than actually 80% South Africa itself. But then compare between the two countries. I'm just doing this between Ireland and South Africa, guys. So yes, this is how I came up with 50% I'll give it to South Africa, 80% I'll give it to Ireland in terms of quality of life, guys. You're gonna let me know on your opinion. Drop me a comment in the comment section. Yeah, so despite the good healthcare system in Ireland, however, they've got their own challenges as well. To get an appointment in Ireland is quite a mission. You have to be patient. It takes long. It takes a while for you to get an appointment actually to your doctor or GP. They call them GP. Yeah. While South Africa, despite the low rate of healthcare system, but in terms of medical appointments, doctors, you don't actually struggle. You don't have to stay longer for you to get an appointment to meet your doctor. If it's a dentist, if a surgery, or no matter what it is, it doesn't take that much longer compared to Ireland. Ireland here, to get an appointment for a dentist, it can take you months, for you to get that appointment date. So it's not easy, guys. Coming to Ireland here, consider that medical appointment is not that easy. It's not that much quicker, unless you go to, and plus also is expensive. Yeah, the medical health insurance and stuff covers. If you're not local here, it's not easy. It's damn expensive, guys. That's the difference. So South Africa is much affordable, and to get appointment is not quite a mission, Yeah, it's not quite a mission and stuff. It's easy for you to get appointment quickly than here in Ireland. Yes, guys, for climate, these two countries, they're quite different, yeah? Ireland being in the northern part of Europe, and South Africa being into the southern tip of the African continent. The climate, they're quite different, but South Africa, it depends where you are. If you are in Cape Town, you tend to get actually all the weathers of the year, Yeah, from summer, you get spring, you get autumn, you get winter, you get all those four weathers, You go to Durban, it's different. That's a tropical kind of province, the weather is warm. It's very humid there. You get that tropical vibes and the weather as well. So the beach, in fact, when you go to swim in Durban, that is an Indian Ocean. The sea is pretty much warmer than Cape Town, which is Atlantic. The water is frozen. It will be summer. It's burning hot, but when dip your foot into the water, it's damn cold, guys. So it depends. Yeah, in Cape Town you get that winter, which is wet winter. It's cold, but it's raining. It's kind of break the extreme cold. And it's raining and stuff. It's wet. While the rest of the town, when you go to Johannesburg, the winter is actually that dry cold. That can crack your lips apart. Very cold and dry. So that's the difference. It depends where you are. Durban, you get those tropical rainfalls and stuff. Sometimes you get tropical floods and stuff. So it depends. If you go to northwest or northern Cape, where you get is dry that side. Yeah, it's harder to get some green landscape and stuff. It's dry and very rocky. That side when you're going to Namibia. So they've got different types of climate as well. But generally, South Africa, they do have winter where you have to survive with a jacket and stuff, but it doesn't go to extreme like Ireland where you need to have heating system in your house and stuff. Now, you can do that, but then you don't have to install into your houses and stuff. But we do have hotels and stuff which they do that to cover foreigners who are coming from the cold weather countries like Europe and the US, Canada, and all those kind of things, Yes. Yeah, so basically, South Africa, they don't have those extreme weather that goes minus or above 38 degrees centigrade. Now, winter, for example, in Cape Town, they complain of cold, and when you check the weather, it just clocks on 9 degrees, 11 or 8 degrees. So that will be complaining of extremely cold, and that's actually summer in Ireland, man. Yeah, Ireland here it goes below zero sometime, it's cold and it's snow all over, you open your curtain, you look outside, it's white snow, the roof was covered with snow, the road sometimes they had to be closed, because now the road has been covered with snow. That's the difference between South Africa and Ireland in terms of the weather, and that's why you get in Ireland you don't find snakes. There are no snakes in Ireland, guys. Yeah, take that in mind. So when you come here, don't be afraid of the greenish, parks and stuff. You can feel free, man, to explore the forest here. There are no snakes. It's not like South Africa where you get those extreme poisonous snakes. Like those side of Durban, you get the green mambas and stuff, cobras. You get all the types of snakes. If you go to Uppington, where it's hot and rocky, you get those poisonous snakes as well on that side. So snakes is a thing of South Africa, but in Ireland, they don't have snakes here at all. Oh yes, when you're traveling between the two countries, if you want to know the exchange rates, 1 euro actually is equivalent to almost 20 rands. Yeah, 19 point something euros. Almost 1 euro is equal to 20 rands. Basically, just take it like that, Economically, actually, Ireland, it looks a bit stable. Is in the Eurozone. South Africa, although, is among the G20 countries. So globally, its economy is not bad. It's good, But compared GDP per capita, Ireland actually is doing pretty much better than South Africa, Yeah. Again, if you talk about the commercial tax, South Africa is actually 29.2%. Yes, while Ireland is 26.1%. So it tells you something. This is actually one of the factors that Ireland has attracted so many investors here because of the low tax rate they're giving to foreign investors. It's a good formula they've applied and it's working out. Ireland have got many headquarters companies here, especially the high-tech, global high-tech companies. You find them headquarters here in Dublin. You name them, yeah? Yes, if you check the corruption level, South Africa is 59%, while Ireland is 23%. 59 and 23%, guys. Yeah, it tells a lot how it is, how you conduct or how you govern your country and the mindset of the people in different institutions, it matters a lot. All right, if we talk about the infrastructures, guys, I'm going to be talking about the transportation system. Yeah, this includes the roads, railway, and etc. Yeah, when you talk about the roads, actually South African roads are up to international standard. The highways are massive. It's those wider highways, clear marked. They are using the British system in their road regulations and stuff. And the driver actually is right-handed drive most of the cars. And yes, they've got a railway system that actually operates within the towns, and they've got the railways actually which covers inter-province, across the countries. They've got buses which covers actually local city bus, and they've got the long distance buses. They are all operating smoothly without any problem. The roads clean, less potholes. You can drive around all over. It doesn't matter whether it's in the rural roads or is in the urban cities. The roads are just smooth, well maintained. Yeah, they do have even introduced some of the modern, actually luxurious train, like the How train, which it commutes between Johannesburg airport all the way to Pretoria. This makes it easier to connect between these two cities, especially if you need some service to go quicker, to avoid traffic jam, and you are rushing to catch up a flight. In Johannesburg, which is the busiest airport, it's called OR Tambo now. Yes, so they have modernized their transportation system. The bus, they've got the special bus lane for them, like give priority, for the taxis and the bus. Same as Cape Town, they've done the same system as well. They have modernized their road system to cater different class of people. People are going to work and for the private cars as well. Yes, in Ireland here they've got good roads. Yeah, especially on the big cities, the highway top notch. They good. Roads connecting Cork, Dublin, Galway, and Belfast, Dundalk, and all these roads. They are very good, actually, to be quite honest. Although most of the small towns, they've got actually very narrow roads, guys, compared to South Africa. South African roads are wider, despite where you are, whether it's a small town or whatever. The roads are much wider. In Ireland, when you visit Ireland, guys, you have to uh, take extra precaution when you're driving. The roads are narrow and there are bendings all over. You need to be careful. You need to drive at a dead and slow speed, guys. Yeah, and this is how we used to when you're facing in an opposite direction, a car or a truck. You have to slow down. Sometimes you have to stop, give away to the other car to pass, then for you to continue with your track. I'm talking about the small towns, in the rural areas. Those are the type of roads we're having here, and you have to get used to that. Lower down your speed, guys. If you're from South Africa, those roads there, they are open, wider, and smooth. And when you compare accidents level, actually, South Africa is leading, is surprisingly, despite having the best roads and stuff. But the accident level is much higher than Ireland here. Yes, I think it's the precautions they are taking, and the strict regulation rules of roads. The fines and the penalties they give you is a deterrent factor down here. Yeah, so again, the big cities like Dublin, Cork, Galway, they do have the city bus, which they move around, commuting, giving service to the people living in those big cities. Yes, and they've got Luas. These trains actually move around within the cities as well. Sometimes they find themselves using the same road, sharing the same road with the buses and the normal private cars. But then they have a system of prioritizing when to who to go, who to stop, and all those kind of things. So when you are in Ireland from South Africa, guys, you need to know, because we don't have those kind of system in South Africa where the tram or the train is using the same path with the normal cars and stuff. So here is different, but there will be an indication, the clear markings or demarcations, on the road, that this is what we expect now to stop, or to a green light for you to go ahead and stop, those kind of things. So that's a difference between Ireland and the South Africa. And in South Africa, there's a different terminology we use, guys. Yeah, when we talk about the robot, in Ireland, we're talking about the traffic lights. Yes,
now we are
you'll
stopping
hear
at a
Can you
robot.
please stop me by the robot?
People from overseas
He
they
means
like that
actually
one because
stop
they say,
at
"What do you mean
the traffic
robot?"
lights.
Because in
So
South
that's the
Africa
difference
we
between
call a
Ireland and,
traffic light
and
a
South
robot.
Africa. South Africa, they call it
They
robot.
love that.
They means traffic lights, and circle. South Africa say even just pass the first circle, stop on the second circle. Circle, it means roundabout in Ireland. Yeah, those are different, guys. In Ireland, when you talk about roundabout, when you go to South Africa, it's circle. So when you hear drivers using the terminology circle, that means it's a roundabout, guys. So that's another difference between Ireland and South Africa. Again, the taxis. We've got those local taxis which carry around 12 passengers, as an option from the bus and the train. within the big cities like Johannesburg or Cape Town or Durban. So those types of cars, passenger cars, we call them taxis in South Africa. Say I'm going to catch up a taxi to the CBD area, you know. So, but here in Ireland, taxi, it means the cab, you know. Yeah, like the Uber and stuff and all those kind of things, you know, the sedan. We call them taxis in Ireland. But in South Africa, taxi actually it means, yeah, the passenger cars which carries passengers. Is those actually a mini cab that takes around 10, 12 passengers, you know? Yeah, and the meter taxi, the cabs which Ireland call them cabs here in South Africa they call it meter taxi. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna take a meter taxi, man. It's much quicker and stuff, you know, but a bit expensive. Yeah, they call it meter taxi. In Ireland, that means the cab, you know. Yes, those are difference between South Africa and Ireland, guys. Yes, in terms of power, that is electricity. Yes, like I said, I've just mentioned earlier, South Africa is going through hard time. Challenges of power, electricity is a kind of an issue in South Africa, man. Yeah, all the time they'll have some kind of program, timetable, in fact, for the load shedding, you know. In this particular time to this particular time, we are apologizing, we're going to have this kind of problem, we won't have electricity from this. So that kind of thing is what's going on, which is actually not good for businesses and even at home, you know. Ireland here, when you talk about the energy, which means electricity, it's not an issue at all, you know. I think if such thing happen here, the minister or the person in charge in that department, he has to answer, you know, because there's no reason here. It's a bit expensive, the units here, but you've got options to choose the different companies that you can register yourself and subscribe, and then, you know, you get the service you want. You choose if this one is not good, you think the units are not favorable to you, you got the right or an option to choose another company. But South Africa, there's a monopoly, you know. We've got Eskom. Eskom is the only company, electrical company, that actually provides the whole nation, you know. Unless you go for solar, this means for your private consumption. And people, they have seen they're turning to solar as an option, you know. Yeah, which is it's a good thing. It's a technology as well, advancing. But in terms of energy, Ireland is very, very much effective. No issue since I've been here for power, unless you cannot afford, man. That's that's the thing, you know. But if you pay the rates, you get the good service. For electricity, it's perfect here. No issue with electricity at all. That's the difference, guys, in terms of electricity or power. South Africa and Ireland. Yeah. South Africa as well, they use the prepaid system, you know. You actually pay what you want to use, you know, in advance. Prepaid, you go, you pay the tokens, you go, you punch in your electric box, and then that's it. In Ireland, they've got also the prepaid system, and there's a system which you pay you pay monthly, you know, per reader. Some company, they take it after 2 months. You pay the bill after 2 months. So they've got options, like I said. You find which suits you, and then you go ahead with that. Yes, the system here in Ireland, guys, you can use prepaid, or you can use the monthly meter reading payment. Yes. Oh yes, I would love to get a touch of the internet system, how it works actually in South Africa and Ireland. South Africa, they seem to be catching up pretty much faster in terms of the internet, the fiber optics, you know, distribution has been speeded up, and it's almost all over now. And this makes makes it convenient for internet, and also it brought the internet a little bit cheaper. And in terms of the connectivity, is actually the speed is good, you know, despite the disruption of the load shedding. Load shedding, it means the power cuts, you know, the blackouts always here and then, here and there. That's the challenge actually the country is facing because of the loads. The units, actually, the energy is needed, the country is higher than what is producing. So this leads to interruption of power, and this one, it affects the internet, coverage. But the signal reception is actually very good, and I haven't had any issue about that, compared to Ireland. Here, Ireland also, they've got different network subscribers for internet, but when you compare the strength of signal of internet, I think South Africa is pretty much fair good than Ireland here, because we get some disruption sometimes with the signal. If you're on a certain area, for example, you won't be able to get a good signal. People will suggest no, change from Leica, take Vodafone. Vodafone is good on this coverage and stuff. You get different stories, man. Take Air and all those kind of things. Or Air is this kind of thing, So the signal compared to South Africa, South Africa, they've got much stronger signal on the internet than Ireland. Please, this is my opinion. Drop me a comment down there to tell me what you think about this. Oh, when you talk about natural resources, South Africa has got it all, man. Yeah, they've got almost all types of minerals, guys, and this makes the country to be stable in terms of among the most economical stable countries in Africa. Yeah, so it puts South Africa on the favorite position because of the natural resources that the country possess. Ireland here, they do have gas and oil, and also the fishing industry is quite massive here. The fact that it's an island surrounded by sea, they've got a lot of ports, they've got a wider fishing grounds for them, so, and it plays a very great role in terms of employment, and supplying fish in the rest of the European Union as well. Yes, in terms of tech companies, South Africa has never been left behind at all. Yeah, yes, they do host in the continent. They do host a lot of headquarters of big tech companies. But compared to Ireland actually is the hub in Europe and global as well. They're hosting companies like Apple, Microsoft, Dell, IBM, Oracle, etc. These are companies that actually Ireland are hosting as headquarters. We not to mention TikTok, Google and all those kind of things. All these big tech hubs, you find them here in Ireland, as a headquarters, guys. This one is one of the things that have attracted many expatriates, immigrants to come and support the economy of Ireland here. Yes, guys, that's another difference between South Africa and Ireland. However, despite all this difference, the two countries actually have similarities as well, guys, such as official language. They both use English as official language. South Africa has once been colonized by British, so as Ireland as well. So English has been official language of both countries. Yes, among the similarities, surprisingly, actually, both countries, their females seems to live longer than their males counterparts. Yes, the females in Ireland lives as long as 85 years, and the male's counterpart lives up to 81 years old. Yes, this is Ireland, guys. The females lives up to 85, and the males lives up to 81 years old. South Africa, the females lives up to 65 years old, while their male counterparts lives up to 59. This is an average, guys. This is an average, yeah? Yes. So you can see both countries, the females lives longer than their males counterparts. Oh boy, talking about drinking, the booze, guys. Both countries, seems to be like a religion. Oh yes, man. If you are South African and you are intending to visit Ireland, there will be no shortage of alcohol at all. Yes, and if you're from Ireland, you are visiting South Africa, there will be no shortage of alcohol, guys. I'm just gonna be telling about the affordability. Yeah, Ireland, the alcohol looks a little bit expensive compared to South Africa, and the fact that the tax in alcohol are a little bit higher in Ireland, you know, and that's makes the alcohol to be a little bit higher in terms of you know, pricing. But South Africa, the alcohol actually is pretty fair enough, the prices, when you compare to Ireland here. So yes, when you're moving or you're visiting South Africa from Ireland, it should be like a walk over for you in terms of the prices, for alcohol prices, man. Down there is pretty cheaper compared to Ireland here. Yes, but then if you're moving or you're visiting from South Africa to Ireland, the good news is that you should not suffer of alcohol thirst, you know. Yes, each corner is a pub. Each corner is a pub, guys. They don't have shortage of pubs and bars in Ireland. Anywhere you go, from the smallest village town to big cities, guys, it's not an issue. Yes, so both countries, they share same similarities, guys, in terms of alcoholic percentage. Actually, Irish, they're actually highly rated in terms of alcoholic consumption per year. I'm not sure of the liters of liquor they take in a year, but then it's pretty high, you know, so they say. Oh yeah, and both countries actually, there it's a Christian majority country, you know. Yeah, South Africa, majority of the citizens of Christian faith. So is Ireland as well. So they share common faith in general. Yes, because Ireland is a Christian country, and they're actually deep rooted in the Christian religion, and they do practice, and they do give much respect. One thing, when you come to Ireland, guys, you visit Ireland, avoid actually a religious topic and conversation and debates. Yeah, it's a very sensitive issue. They've been through a lot. You can check on Google, check the history, and they are happy to have passed that in their back. You know, yes, they are looking forward. It's a peaceful country, very happy people, love each other. You know, it's an inclusive country. They love everyone. You know, so yes, this is another similarity. Both countries are actually a Christian majority country as well. Oh yes, another similarity is about the driving, guys. They drive a right-hand side, so they shouldn't have a problem. If you are from South Africa, you're coming down here, you don't have actually to be surprised, you know, by the driver's seat position. It's the same as South Africa, you know. Both we are from a British colony country, and we adopted the same rules. So South Africa, you visit Ireland, you shouldn't have a problem. You just, if you're buying a car, you want to drive. If you want to hire a car, you want to drive yourself and stuff, it's not an issue at all. The roadside is the same. The road markings, the road directions is exactly the same as South Africa. In fact, if you come with South African driving license, you just have to exchange it straight. You swipe, you get an Irish driving license without going for another process of through learners. You get provision driving license, you go for driving test. Now you don't have to go through all that process, you know. You just come with a driving license, South African, and you go, you exchange straight away, you get Irish driving license. The road actually regulation is the same. Yeah, despite a few adjustments here on the rules, that's it. Yes, so they've got some similarities here and there, and this makes these two countries to have a special connections. In fact, actually, in South Africa, they do have quite a good number of Irish population. I think it should be around more than 60,000. Yeah, yes, Irish descendant and Irish immigrants living in South African, you know. So in fact, there are some other towns which actually have been named after Irish towns here. Towns like Athlone, you know. There's Athlone here in Ireland, and there's Athlone in Cape Town. You know, places like Killarney. You know, there's a Killarney in Ireland. There's a Killarney in Cape Town as well. You know, Lansdowne and all those kind of things. So there's a special connection between South Africa and Ireland. There's Irish roots actually in South African history, and that's why we found those kind of towns named after Irish towns here. So yes, guys, this is a video that I wanted to to create awareness to anyone. You can be in the US or Australia, New Zealand, Nigeria, but you want to visit any of these two countries, Ireland or South Africa. This is some of the similarities. Oh yes, we do have summer here. Summer actually, they say officially started from May, June, July, and a bit of August. But actually, in real sense, you can count the summer days here in a year. Especially from June, July is where you get the official summer. But the summer days, you can actually count them. Really, we don't have really summer. It's raining the whole year in Ireland. Whether it's winter, whether it's summer, it's just raining, man. The weather is unpredictable. And in fact, the hardest job here in Ireland is the weatherman, how to predict exactly the weather, how it's going to be. You can have the same, the full cycle of weather season in a year in one day, that's Ireland here. Doesn't have a steady weather, while South Africa, if it's summer, it's actually summer. Officially, summer started from, it normally start from, towards November, December, January, February. In fact, February is the hottest month in South Africa, the hottest month where the temperature reach climax, But from August, September, that's spring, October as well. Yeah, but November to end of November, December, January, February, until mid-March, that's the proper summer down there where you're guaranteed to wear t-shirts. Forget your jackets and all those winter clothings. You just lock them in the wardrobe and then you forget about them. Yes, beach, it's actually a really beach life. You go there, you enjoy your sunset, summer, swimming and stuff. It's beautiful. In Ireland is the only place where actually I find out you go to beach with an umbrella, because anytime the weather can change. It can start raining in the middle of summer and stuff here in the beach. So yes, so that's the difference between the two countries when you talk about summer holiday and summer season, right? Yes. Another thing is the high cost of living. In South Africa, I can give it 60% in terms of affordability and stuff. Yeah, Ireland, I'll give it 40%. The cost of living here is pretty high, guys, compared to South Africa. Housing, the rentals, the bills, when you talk about gas, fuel, and all the monthly bills, compared to South Africa, Ireland is a little bit higher than South Africa, medical expense, insurance, and all those kind of things, compared to SA it's much lesser compared to Ireland, guys. Yes, of course. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me where you're watching from. From SA, from Ireland, from Kenya, from Nigeria, from the US, Australia. Tell me where you're watching from, guys, and let me know about your experience as well, so we can share. Yes, so like I said, this is actually from my own opinion and the life experience. The fact that I had the opportunity and the privilege to live both countries, and yes, I believe I was in a better position to tell the difference and the similarity between both countries. Yes. So please, thanks for watching. Let me know your opinions. What do you think about what I've just covered and your personal experience as well? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And yes, leave a comment. Until then, see you then to the next one. Thanks. Ciao.